Hey guys, it's Kristi. Welcome to my channel. Today we are back in my dining room so I can show you my fall tablescape. I'm really excited about this one and can't wait to show it to you. This is part of the Fall Tablescape Challenge being hosted by two of my YouTube friends, Kenya from Kenya's Decor Corner and Kimberly from Diva Designing on a Dime with Kimberly Davis. So they got together and asked us to put together a fall tablescape with one major condition. We had to have some type of DIY as part of our tablescape. So I have to tell y'all guys, I racked my brain to come up with a DIY for this one. And I am really excited about what I came up with. I think it's probably one of my favorite DIYs that I've done so far. So I'm loving it. I hope y'all will love it too. It'll be more towards the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned to see that DIY. I'm gonna leave links for Kenya and Kimberly's channels and the playlist in the description box below. So when you're done watching this video, make sure you head on over, check out both of their channels and the playlist. I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody does with their tablescapes. And as always, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, I'd love to have you join us. I started with this table runner from Home Goods. I love the color of it and all of the detail on the pumpkin. And I also like how it contrasts really well with the table. I wish it would have been a little bit longer, but I kind of have a solution for that, so I'm not too worried about it. The next thing I did was bring in my centerpiece. This is the same candle holder that I used in my Midnight Summer's Dream tablescape that I got from Goodwill and refurbished it. It used to be brown and I painted it silver. And then I found these glass jars at the grocery store. Not exactly sure what color they are. They're kind of like a brownish gray type color, but I thought they worked so well with the silver and kind of helped tone down the silver a little bit and bring in the natural colors that I wanted. And I love how elegant these jars are. For the candle holder, even though it has 5 slots, I'm only using 3 jars. The 2 on the end, I decided to put candles, and I'm using the Dollar Tree candles, but because I wanted to be able to secure them nicely into the jars so they would sit flush. Since I secured the candle, I wouldn't be able to turn it on and off. So I added in my tea light candles that I got from Amazon recently, and these are great because they're on a timer. So when you turn them on, they'll run for 6 hours. So you don't have to turn them on and off every day. Every night at the same time, they just will come on. I also use my museum putty to adhere the jars to the candle holders to make them more secure. For the other 2 spots on the candle holder, I wanted to bring in a little bit of nature. So I'm using these 2 pine cone balls that I picked up at Pier 1. I love how they work with the jars, and again, they have the cream colored pumpkins, so it's helping with my neutral theme. And then in the center jar, I decided to put some flowers. So these are just some hydrangeas that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. I thought they looked really pretty in the jar, and this color works really well with the table runner. The next thing I did was start putting my placemats down. These are the placemats that I picked up from Pier 1. Since my table runner is a little bit shorter, on the ends, I'm just pulling out this placemat so the leaves expand and make it seem like it's a little bit longer. And I'm also putting it underneath the table runner so you can see the beautiful pumpkins on the table runner. And then in the center, I'm going ahead and laying it on top of the table runner because there it won't be hiding anything. The next thing I'm using are my rattan chargers that I got from Amazon. This is the second set that I picked up to use in here because I'm already using my other set for my kitchen tablescape, and I wanted to have a set of 8. That way, if I ever want to use them in my dining room as a full set, I would be able to. I'll leave links for everything I can in the description box below, so if you're interested, you can check that out. Since I only had 4 of the rattan chargers, I used those on the ends, and for the center 2 chairs, I ended up using these 2 acorn platters that I had also picked up from Pier 1. So I'm using them as chargers, and I think they work great with the whole theme. And I also like how it kind of mixes it up a little bit. And for the dishes, I'm simply using my white plates. And then I decided to go with a bowl in here because fall just reminds me of soups. Guys, we are from South Louisiana, so we love gumbo. So I just thought a bowl would be the perfect thing because when fall rolls around, we're always wanting our gumbo and our soups. These are the napkin rings and the napkins that I picked up at Pier 1 earlier in the season. I love the natural look and kind of the whimsy of these napkin rings. And then I love the color and the lace detail on the napkins. And these napkins, guys, are a perfect match for the table runner. You couldn't have gotten a more perfect match. They both have the same colorations and texture to them. And then I thought I just wanted a little something else in the bowl. So I'm adding these pumpkins, which came from the vase filler that I bought at Pier 1. All right, guys, it's time for the DIY, and I'm so excited about this one. I love how it turned out. I needed some place to put my silverware, and I thought with what I was doing that I needed something special for the silverware. I didn't want to just lay it down. So I made these little pockets for the silverware, and they are just so cute. I'm starting by taking my 2 sheets of paper, and I'm just gonna glue them back to back. I'm just using a craft glue stick to glue these together. You want them to have some flexibility when you go to fold it up so that they can move. If you use a glue gun, you're not gonna have that flexibility, and then your paper will end up bubbling. Now that the papers are glued together, I'm just gonna use my paper cutter, and I'm gonna go in and cut it at about 6 inches. For the paper that has the lines, I wanna make sure that it's running vertically, and that way I'll be consistent with all of them. You just wanna run the cutter several times to make sure that it's cutting through both pieces of paper. And because this piece of paper is actually fabric, I'm gonna go in and cut all of the loose edges. Now we're just gonna fold up from the bottom, and I'm gonna measure because I want about 3 1/4 inches. Now my paper's kind of coming up a little bit, so now I can just go ahead and use my glue gun to get it held down pretty securely, and do the same thing on this side. By using the glue stick first to glue the papers together and then coming back with the glue gun if necessary, it allows me to have a flat surface instead of it bubbling because I folded the paper. So now I'm just gonna come in with my ribbon, and I'm gonna do the trim. I'm just gonna measure my ribbon so that it goes to about the center on the back. I want it to go all the way around so that it'll create a more finished look. So then I can just cut my ribbon, and then I'm just gonna go in and glue my ribbon down. So I'm just gonna go in and do the same thing at the top to finish it off, but this time, instead of putting my ribbon flush with the edge, I'm gonna push it up some to make them a little bit longer. So here it is, finished like this. You could use it just like this, or you can add some embellishments. I'm gonna go ahead and add a couple of embellishments. I'm gonna use these leaves for an embellishment on the front. The leaves came with these burlap flowers that I got at Michael in a pack of 36. So you can see we have the flowers and then some of the leaves. I decided to use the leaves for these since I'm using the flowers on my other tablescape for my napkin ring. We're just gonna glue a leaf to the center. I think it looks pretty just like this, but I'm gonna go ahead and embellish it with one more thing. I also found these little wooden leaves at Michael's. I'm gonna use a couple of these and embellish the corners. It was as easy as that. These are so simple to make, and I think they're so pretty. I can't wait to see them on the table. So for the last touch on my tablescape, I just wanted to kind of tone down the silver again and bring in some more natural elements. So I decided to add these 2 picks to the end of the centerpiece and just kind of have them jut out from that. And I actually would have bought more of these and kind of taken them apart and used throughout the center, but they only had 2. So I also found these picks that had this straw on them, and I decided to use that, and all I did was cut those up with my wire cutters. Then I also found a pick that had these green velvet pumpkins. That was also from Hobby Lobby. So I just used my wire cutters again to cut those pumpkins off of the pick, and I just kind of spread those throughout the base, and I think it turned out really good. I think it gives the natural element that I wanted for fall. I love the velvet on the pumpkins. I think it's the elegant look that I wanted. It also brings in some of the green from the ribbon on my silverware pockets that I used. So I think it all works together really well. And guys, I'm telling y'all, this is probably one of my favorite tablescapes because I think it's very elegant and fairly simple. I didn't want to go anything real elaborate with this one. So I really like how it turned out, and I was able to use a lot of things that I already had for this one, which was great. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this one. I'm loving it, and I'm anxious to hear what y'all liked best about it too. Make sure you remember to go check out Kenya and Kimberly's channels, and then also the playlist for this. And guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also, if you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you subscribe and join our community. And always remember to turn on your bell notifications when you subscribe, so that way you'll get notified every time I come out with a new video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.